Hello everybody, it's The Last Raider. We are back with another video. And talking about The Mandalorian and where I think, the show is going. And I got bad news for people because I've seen stuff like this happen with shows before, and I'm going to tell everybody right now. I don't see The Mandalorian being as good as it was when Gina Carano was in. We're seeing the books are being canceled. We're seeing Pedro Pascal has now run off to to play Joel in the Last of Us TV series. And from what we're understanding now, he now is taking precedence over him playing the Mandalorian. And I kind of figured that was going to happen because we kept getting him complaining about his helmet and everything, which I understand the helmet would be difficult, but I mean, fuck, there's plenty of guys that make Mandalorian helmets that put climate control inside of it. I know plenty of guys. I've seen plenty of guys on, Mandalorian Mercs. They'll put fans in their helmets, they'll put heating elements inside of their suits and on the side of their costumes. They pretty much have climate control. But you've got him going out of his way to go to the Last of Us TV series, which I think is a total mistake because that fandom is pretty much dead now. Other than a few, it does not have the gravitas that it normally had before. But the other thing that I think is going to cause problems is we're seeing that Lucasfilm really doesn't know what to do with The Mandalorian going forward. We're having difficulty, and I think part of the reason is they fired Gina Carano. And if you were watching Jon Favreau and watching some of the rumors that were going around with Jon Favreau and The Mandalorian, Gina Carano was a character that Jon Favreau made specifically for the show. He tailored that character specifically to Gina Carano because he liked Gina Carano as an actress. And he wanted to work with her. And from what we've heard, and this is me speculating some rumors from Doomcock, so take it, like Doomcock says, take it with a grain of salt. Apparently there was a storyline in which Ahsoka was going to discover that Cara Dune was Force sensitive and going to become a Jedi, meaning she was going to have a pretty big role in the Mandalorian show. And now you fired the woman that played Gina Carano, that the part was made for. And they're probably thinking, we'd like to recast, but I bet you Jon Favreau doesn't even want to recast it. I mean, having what was his dream destroyed by some petty bullshit, which even the shareholders in yesterday's video, I mentioned the shareholders are seeing through the petty bullshit now. There was even a demand of Kathleen Kennedy that she be fired and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni be put in charge. Personally, I think The Mandalorian is going to suck. The only saving grace is they're going to be able to do the Book of Boba, which is going to be good, except you realize that the actor playing Boba Fett is up in years. And should something happen to him, you're going to have problems very quickly. I'm not wishing anything on him. I hope I hope the actor has a long and healthy life, and I hope we get to see something good out of Boba. But I mean, it's kind of stupid that because of Kathleen Kennedy, instead of getting a Boba Fett movie, we're getting a Boba Fett TV show instead. Which I think the TV show, I think if Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are on it, it's going to be good. The problem is like I said before, Kathleen Kennedy. We're in this situation right now because of her. She has pretty much taken a golden goose that Disney had in Gina Carano and just killed it so she could have a cooked goose. Instead of sitting on the golden egg, instead of letting it make golden eggs and buying more geese to cook. The shareholders know this. And on top of that, we have Kathleen Kennedy now because of what happened in the second season with Luke Skywalker. If rumors are to be believed, she is going to take a more active role in fucking with the system. Okay? She does not care for the Mandalorian, I promise you that much. She's going to want someone else to play the Mandalorian. I am willing to bet the level of fuckery this woman is going to put on the show is going to be infuriating, and we're going to hear more about it. As I said, I think The Mandalorian is pretty much dead at this point. I hate to be that way because The Mandalorian are my favorite, is just my favorite faction. I'm kind of screwed right now in terms of boycotting all Disney stuff because my kid has discovered the X-Wing game, and so she's begging for more X-Wing stuff, and that's what I'm probably going to do. I'm going to probably buy more X-Wing stuff, but I've been in the market for, getting my Scum and Villainy set deck going on. My wife and my kids, they want to play with the other factions. I want my Scum and Villainy faction. I want my Slave one and all of those flying in. But like I said, I fully expect after all this nonsense that Kathleen Kennedy is going to absolutely fuck with Jon Favreau. She's going to fuck with Dave Filoni. I would not be surprised if they up and leave. And honestly, if they up and leave, I really believe that if they were to up and leave and make it about Kathleen Kennedy when they leave, that would be the final straw for the shareholders, because right now they're looking at their investments and just drop. By the way, my wife and daughter went out and saw Raya. She went with a friend of hers. Went and saw Raya the Last Dragon, and they both loved it. My wife said it is a good movie, but the movie is bombing right now, and I kind of look at that as this is how badly Kathleen Kennedy and them have pissed off the fandom, because now even good movie, my wife was like, she said it was good, it was great. The hero chick, she looked like a normal girl. They acted normal. The villain in Raya and the Last Dragon has a mental illness feminist haircut. The head shaved on the side nonsense. And my wife just referred to it as mental illness haircut the whole time. And she said the character had the main character had the absolute coolest sword and it had a good message and everything, but people are so fucking pissed they don't care. I mean, Raya and the Last Dragon is now feeling the effects of Kathleen Kennedy pissing off not just the Star Wars fandom, I believe. I think she's pissed off the entire Disney fandom. Her actions have now reverberated throughout the entirety of Disney. Not just Star Wars. This isn't just hurting Star Wars. This is now reverberating out throughout all of it. And one of two things are going to happen. Like I said in the last video, either the shareholders are going to take charge and they're going to do something, or they're going to continue to believe Kathleen Kennedy and they're going to watch it. They're going to eventually. I don't think they're going to ride the ship out. I think they're going to pull their funding and Disney is going to collapse. They're just going to yank the rug out from under Disney. Enough of them will do it, and that'll cause the entire system to collapse. Disney will be no more. It'll collapse. Marvel will be sold off. Star Wars will be sold off. So I'd suggest if fans want to pool money together and start a GoFundMe to buy Star Wars, now would be a good time to start putting your money together to buy the franchises, because Marvel, I don't think you're going to be able to buy it, but Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy will run that franchise so far into the ground, people will be able to buy it for fairly cheap. And once it's bought for fairly cheap, if the fans were to buy it, in my opinion, which I think is probably the best option, I would say that would be the best way to go, because then the fans could determine where Star Wars goes. They could just hire some people, put a CEO in charge, and then just let them make good Star Wars content, and it might revive the brand. But I'm kind of reminded right now, and I'd like to vocalize this. I was listening to Raging Golden Eagle last night, and he said, "We're not in a culture war anymore. We're in a culture siege." Right now, all the people that are fans of a fandom have locked themselves up in either new franchises or in their own or in the original canon. And they're pretty much just waiting for these companies to just kill each other, because they don't have anybody else. Like right now, the fandom has all the creative talent. They have all the people that know how to grow food. And the rest of the people, the wokies, have ate up all the food now. And they're running on the last little bits, and now they're turning on each other and they're attacking each other. We're seeing it with the mainstream media. We're starting to see it with all this. I think it'll eventually trickle down. Because once you've got people not stirring up stupid shit all the time, it may suck enough of the oxygen out of the room that people may just stop and say, "Wow, this SJW crap is bullshit. It's destroying companies. It's destroying our culture," and that's what's happening right now. The culture that is almost purely, you look at almost everything that's purely Americana, it's been almost totally destroyed. I mean, Star Wars was a big American export. The Terminator was an American export. Star Trek is an American export. We exported culture, and these wokies have come in and practically destroyed our culture. And I think right now we're going through probably a great reawakening in the United States and through most of pop culture. We're going to see this big... what I'm hoping will happen is these people will utterly fail. And you'll have somebody come in who knows what they're doing. It'll be their opportunity. They'll grab hold of Star Trek, Star Wars. They'll grab hold of the Terminator franchise, and they'll just run with it. And they'll know what to do. They'll do what the fans want. And they'll make something that we'll remember all... my hope is that in the future we'll remember all of this as the dark age of entertainment, is what it'll be remembered as. And we'll run into like a new golden age of entertainment at some point. But... as of right now, I'm just going to keep writing my stories. I'm doing a series of short stories right now. I'm not going to do the Indiegogo thing. I think I'm just going to self-publish them on a book publisher site, and y'all can just download them to your phones. Is my plan. I've got the first one done. I got to do some editing to it, and I'm working on the second little short story right now. It's a weird universe, I got to admit. I've just been sitting here pulling together It's basically one dude surviving something, not metaphorically it's sort of metaphorically the last couple of years, but he's surviving the aftermath of it. Like the world has been completely destroyed, not by one cataclysmic event. It's just a series of events that just ended everything. And I've been working on it, and it's hard for me because writing for me is kind of slow. I'm not the fastest writer in the world. I tend to overthink things, so it'll take some time. But hopefully I can build up maybe build up enough of a subscriber base I can make a little bit of money, and who knows, probably do some other stuff on the channel. My plan is to probably write the series, and I'm probably going to put it out on Amazon or something just to see how the series works, and other book sites. If I get a big enough fan base, I may turn it into a comic book, because in my opinion a comic book would be more profitable in the long run. But right now, to do a comic book, I would need, honestly, a much bigger YouTube channel than I've currently got. But anyway, that's way on in the future, and when that comes out, I will be sure to let everybody know. But anyway, tell me what you think about The Mandalorian in the comments. Do you think it's over, or do you think we're nearing the end of this bull crap, or should we all just hunker down and get ready for the real shit to hit? Also, as always, folks, I'm The Last Raider. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And as always, stay safe, stay frosty. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye now.